So DMT questions. If we have DMT in our brain, and you take DMT, whether smoking it or whatever, and it enhances your brain, just like ecstasy, you have dopamine in your brain, and you take ecstasy, it releases all the dopamine, and makes it out of control. In that sense, dopamine inhibitor of feeling and love. The ecstasy takes all that dopamine and intensifies it twice or more. So you're out of control with the hugging and love. So in essence, DMT we have in our brain, and we take it, and it intensifies the experience of how our brain works. People say they see aliens, and they try to see how we come from. Well, is that really possible? Just by taking the drug? I mean, do we really find out other secrets in our brain to tell us where we came from and how things evolved? Seems interesting and plausible. That makes you wonder. There's a whole bunch of questions raised. People say, is the reverse, or where does Scientology come from? Which is, you may think is far-fetched, but the whole thing is far-fetched, but there's a theory that aliens were the humans, and the aliens created us, and that's why we are not perfect, and the aliens are perfect. Makes you wonder, right? Is that possible? Then that means it's possible that the Roswell crash really existed. So the aliens came to Earth a long time ago. And then decided just to go back to their planet and not return. Well, there's theories that can point to that could be true, and there's theories that can point that does not be true. Because aliens wouldn't create meteors, right? Aliens wouldn't create natural disasters. And the meteors wiped out the dinosaurs. And remember the continents, Pangea was broken, it was a supercontinent, it was split. Did the aliens do that? Not necessarily. I never did DMT, but I have to say it's interesting. I don't think that drug or the spirit molecule can really tell us where we come from, unless we have hidden things in our brain that it might be possible that can tell us where we come from, or secrets. People say they see aliens, they see but then again, people said they did that with LSD. But I heard, instead of LSD, it's a trip of like 30 seconds, or it's like a very short trip, but intense. If LSD disorients the brain, and that's, or like mushrooms, LSD disorients the brain, disorient the brain, and you can experience weird things in your brain because that's what's happening in your brain. Well, if DMT is more than that can show us the pathway. So this is what I'm thinking. Since we already have DMT in our brain, if we will take DMT, increases or releases more DMT to figure out where we come from or where. It's like ecstasy, there's a dopamine. But, well, it's different, but because we have dopamine, body, brain expels it more, and that's why it affects the senses of touch, and that's why you want to hug everybody, love everybody. It's an interesting theory. It'd be interesting to know. Unfortunately, the drug is illegal. But so it's really hard to perceive. Can one drug really tell us where we come from and who we are? Or is it an over an exaggeration? It'd be interesting. They actually had doctors that did it, and they said it is that they believe it's where we come from. They found out. They said there was aliens, and then these are doctors. They call it the spirit molecule, where we come from, and it's interesting. Well, if that's true, then I guess the theory that the aliens, because either that drug takes all the DMT we have and intensifies it, and we have memories in our brain that are let out, and aliens. I know it sounds far-fetched, but if that drug really tells us where we come from with the aliens that created us, then it might be possible that is true. It's an interesting theory. It's a lot to take. Or maybe the drug is just over-intensifying the experience of the way it can affect the brain, and then that everybody can experience some abnormality and think they see aliens and God, how we come from. What do you guys think?